Montag lieben, glauben, globen.
Good morning. Well, it's been 6 months since our last episode. 6 freaking months. Where have you been? No, in reality, you might be asking yourself, hey, where have I been? I've been around, don't worry about it. No, seriously, don't worry about it. Anyway, kiddies, I'm back here, and I'm back here for one reason only, and that's the money. Do you think this stuff grows on trees? I don't think so. You know, it's always a struggle for an artist like myself, the struggle between the wallet and the soul, and in this case, the wallet won. What can I say? Don't look at me that way. I'm not a sellout. I'm really not. Take Picasso for a second. You know, Pablo Picasso, the famous artist from France or Paris or one of those European countries. I'm not sure which one. Do you think he made his fortune off those crazy paintings with the women's with the weird eyes and stuff? No, of course he did. You know what Picasso did to get money? He would do things like paint like little Eiffel Towers on coffee mugs. And I heard that if the price was right, he would paint like flames on the sides of cars or vans and stuff. You know, I heard that sometimes he even painted like eagles on the hoods of Peugeot and whatnot. He still managed to create some great works of art, you know, and I still have time to create my Citizen Kane. No, I'm not talking about remaking Citizen Kane or doing a sequel to it or reimagining it. I'm just meaning my own work of art. I still have time for that. And what was I talking about again? Oh, the Peugeot, by the way, is a French car, a famous French car from the 50s and 60s, and Picasso used to take these cars and what kind of a man am I? And this whole thing's been a lie. Picasso never painted on coffee mugs or on the sides of cars. Picasso was a great artist, and I'm a schmuck inside my own house filming a video, and I'm just here for the money. I am a sellout. That's all I can tell you. I'm just, you know, I have to come to terms with the fact that I'm just, you know. Anyway, enough. We should get on with the show, right? I have to drive down to the coffee shop, change clothes and whatnot. Well, yeah. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right.
Jump up and down and do your hair. Temper tantrum anyway. Shake your frame and hide your pain. Temper tantrum any place in your head. Kick the wall. Temper tantrum is a fall. Hold your breath till your eyes look out.
And now, from beautiful downtown Gurnee, here's Coffee with Jeff.
Good morning. It's Sunday, time for coffee, and I am your lovable host, Jeff. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, sir.
Joe is the owner of this little coffee shop, and he has graciously offered to be the off-camera announcer for the show. He's off camera because Joe has sort of a weird skin condition that turns his skin into a unattractive shade of purple.
What are you talking about?
It's just a joke, Joe.
That's not funny.
All right, well, let's start the show.
Hi, I watch Coffee with Jeff every Sunday morning.
All right, on the road this week, we're off to see a band out of Mississippi called Saving Abel.
Just right, feels like a lifetime. Traveling on the beat of rage. Sometimes the hardest thing to do. That's another 18 days without you. Make some noise. I got a brand new tattoo on the colors in. I got a brand new tattoo on the colors in.
Alright, I'm not sure which one's Abel and why they need saving, but here's one of their big hits called Addicted.
I'm so addicted to all the things you do. You're going down there in between all the sounds you make, every breath you take. It's so like anything, I'm addicted to everything you do. You're going down there, the sounds you make, every breath you take. It's so like anything when you love me, I have to think, I'd leave if I could. I'm not in love, but the sex is good. You can't mistake it, cause it's understood, yeah. I'm not in love, but the sex is good.
Alright, that's all we got this week from Rockford Speedway, Saving Abel. It's on the road with Willie. Later.
Thanks, Willie. It's good to see you back on the road again. Hopefully we'll have another 26 episodes of Willie again this year, like we did last year. We got some exciting news for the show. We got 2 new web series premiering on this episode of Coffee with Jeff. We do. Now, the one I'm going to show you in the second half of the show, that's it's called Old Guys Lost in the Woods, or what do we call it? I forget. But the one I'm going to show you right now is, well, let me explain. A lot of you know out there I'm a graphics guy, and I do a lot with programs like Photoshop and Illustrator. Lately I've been learning programs such as Blender and Strata, which are 3D programs. You know, I know Flash, I know Adobe Premiere. I know so what I want to do, let me get this down. I wanted to combine all that, all my technical and creative knowledge as far as computer programs go, and try to create something unusual, something different. And I thought, what can I do here with all this? And so I put together my things from my childhood that I thought were never really put together but could be. And so what I did is, well, I remembered how much I loved cowboys and Indians when I was a kid, and how much I loved dinosaurs when I was a kid. So here goes my new web series, putting all my computer graphic knowledge together. It's called Dinosaurs Go West. Let's check it out.
We gotta get the engines off this land, people. But sir, didn't we put them here in the first place? Yeah, I know, but that was before we found gold in them there hills. White man want us move us off land. Dude, why are you talking like that? Don't know. Just know I don't want to move again. I just got unpacked. What the? What's that?
Jump up and down and till your head. Temper tantrum anyway. Shake a frame and hide your pain. Temper tantrum any place in your head. Kick the wall. Temper tantrum is a fall. Hold your breath till your eyes look out. Everybody shout.
As a lot of you know, I go hiking or jogging or sometimes even biking on a daily basis to get exercise. And I take this trail here. It's called the Des Plaines River Trail. It goes all the way from the Wisconsin border down to Lake Cook Road, pretty much all the way across Lake County. Beautiful trail. And the thing is, I see a lot of bikers, and I think I've got to say something about these people, these bikers. And this might be a regular spot on the show. They do some crazy things, and first thing I want to talk about is these little helmets they wear, the little plastic safety helmets. I'm not quite so sure those are necessary on a casual bike trail with gravel and grass on each side, but okay, you know, and I understand the use of a hat. You know, you have a child that's going out there, a small kid who's going to ride a bike out in the street. You want to make sure his head's protected. You know, you're in the Tour de France, I could see wearing one of those helmets. Those guys, when they get into an accident, bodies go flying, and they're on the street. Those delivery men that ride bicycles around the city, I understand why they'd want to wear a safety helmet, but on this trail, well, okay, you want to be safe, I gotcha. Fine, wear the helmets. I gotta talk about this guy. This guy is on a tricycle. He's 2 feet off the ground, less than that, on a tricycle. Now, even if you could dump that tricycle over on its side, which is virtually impossible, he's only 1.5 feet off the ground. I have more danger of getting head trauma by falling while I'm walking than he does on this tricycle. And he's going like 1 mile an hour. I almost walk as fast as he rides this thing. You know, these bikers do some crazy things, and I'm going to have some more stories about bikers in the future. Right now, however, I'm going to show you what we've been talking about. I've been talking about. It's the new web series about, well, it's starring 3 old men who are lost in the woods. Let's check out episode 1.
Found it.
Great. Let's get back to the picnic.
Yeah, to the picnic. Which way?
I think we came from this way.
No, I thought we came from over...
I
no.
think we might be lost.
Remember we passed a rock, big rock.
We passed lots of rocks.
But this was a really cool rock. I'll remember it.
Oh, there's a bird. We should follow the bird. They always go back to land.
Good idea.
Yeah, but guys, we're not in the middle of the ocean. We're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, well, if we don't get back soon,
What?
we're gonna miss lunch.
Yeah, I hope to get out of the woods too. Can't wait to see what's coming up next week. Right now, we're going to find out what Willy wouldn't do.
Oh, silly Willy, don't you be no square. You silly Willy with that Willy band. Willy won't, Willy won't, Willy won't. Little Willy, Willy won't, Willy won't, Willy won't. Little Willy, Willy won't, Willy won't, Willy won't. Little Willy, Willy won't, Willy won't.
All right, now don't get me wrong. I'm all for exercise. I know how to swim. Just this paddle boarding is just something Willy wouldn't do, especially out in the middle of nowhere.
Let's find out what Jeff's whining about this week. It's time for Whiny Jeff.
This is Jeff. Now I got something to whine about. Today I'm going to whine about you, Mr. Landscaper. You know, nowadays they have a habit on a four-lane road of building a median in between the two sides of the road, and in the median they'll plant trees and flowers and shrubberies and whatnot. I don't quite understand why they do this. And another thing I don't understand is why you, Mr. Landscaper, have to decide to water these trees and flowers and shrubberies and whatnot at 8:15 on a weekday morning. You know, some of us are trying to get to work. So what happens? Traffic's backed up for a mile because you closed the lane to have your little trailer there with the water tank. And now I know you got a job to do. I've got a job to do. We all have jobs to do. But seriously, surely there's something else you can do at 8:15 in the morning besides water the trees in the middle of the road. Save that for later, like 10:30, 11, when I'm at work and bored out of my mind. The world doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and sometimes you just gotta whine about it. Well, that about wraps up another Sunday Morning Coffee with Jeff. I got a couple shout-outs I have to do. First one is Joe. Thanks a lot, Joe. Joe is going to hopefully be here every week as my off-screen announcer. And two, we got Dave Metzger. Now, Dave Metzger, you know Dave Metzger, the wonderful artist. What? You don't know about Dave Metzger's work? Here, I got some footage that I shot in my own living room. Yes, that's artwork hanging in my house that Dave created. Thanks, Dave. He's the set designer now for Coffee with Jeff. Whenever you see this beautiful stuff like behind me, that's all Dave. Thanks a lot, Dave. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I got so much stuff planned out for this next 26 weeks or 25 more weeks. I hope you stick with me, you watch the shows. It's going to be a lot of fun, at least I'm hoping. We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot, everybody.